All right. Hey, YouTube family. Thank you so much for joining me and watching this video. Um, this is my second video, and I first just want to take the time out and say thank you so very much because I did not expect to get that many views on my first YouTube video. I was thinking maybe I'll be happy with 100 views, and then you guys, show a little bit of love and support and encouragement, and we over 1,200 to date. So I appreciate it, and I guess that was the sign and confirmation I had been praying for to see if I should continue to do YouTube videos, if this is my lane, which I know Most High has told me to create these videos. So I guess this is it. Um, so anyway, if you saw the last video about Botham Shimjan and are going to continue to watch this video, you're going to ride with me, then please go ahead right now and hit the like button, share, and subscribe so that you will get notifications whenever I post a video. I got to get used to this new YouTube lingo. I've been watching YouTube for a long time, and I've finally been released by the Most High to go ahead and just share my perspective with the people and to give my opinion. Everybody has this platform of YouTube is like super dope to me because everybody has an opinion and everybody has a perspective, and you get to hear so many different opinions and perspectives, and you get to agree and disagree, and you can subscribe and unsubscribe. And I don't watch TV, so this YouTube is my entertainment, and I know I have a voice, and I know I have, some things that have to be shared so that other people can, you know, hopefully hear my voice, hear what I'm speaking about, and implement some of those things accordingly. Um, Again, my name is Ebony G. Sorry, I like 2 minutes in and I just decided to give you my name, but I'm Ebony G, and I'm going to share my perspective. My perspective is that one of biblical base. However, I am not associated or affiliated with any religion. I do believe in a Hebraic perspective. However, I am not the Hebraic perspective. I am just a person that is on a walk like many of you, on a journey of life, and the Bible is my foundation, and I listen to God. That's it. I mean, it's not no deeper than that. I try to be pure in my walk with God, and I'm not perfect at all, but um, I'm trying, and I'm really trying. So that's where we at with it. But just to give you a little bit of background about how my channel is going to go, I intend to give my opinion based on the Bible, and I want to talk about all things black. It's no coincidence that my name is Ebony. Okay, I love black people. I've always loved black people. I've always had like a certain type of tolerance for our people and understanding of um, the issues that we face. And I try not to be so hard on our people because I know that like we have been under like a severe demonic attack for a very long time. And like in the last video, I talked about the 400-year prophecy. I believe that is very real, and we're seeing the effects of this captivity come to a head. And I believe, wholeheartedly, we are about to um, enter into the next level, and that next level is going to be um, challenging but exciting, and those who endure to the end will be saved. And so I'm just giving my little voice, and those who have an ear, let them hear. I'm always going to say that. That's how I roll. I'm not here to debate or disagree or convince you. If you believe in the Bible, if you believe in the existence of the Most High and that we have a Savior, then we here. And if you don't, then we still could be here. I'm not again, I'm not here to fight with people on YouTube. That's not my angle. I'm not. That's not my lane. I don't do that. There's other people that's here for it, but I'm not. So, um, if you disagree with something that I say, or if I misspeak with regards to facts, I don't mind. You know, um, with regards to facts being corrected, but you got to be respectful. Okay, we gotta set that type of tone with each other. I don't mind that, but again, I'm not here to debate, my beliefs, and I'm not trying to convince you one way or another of your beliefs. I'm just giving my opinion, and prayerfully, we can even if we don't see eye to eye, we can agree to disagree, keep it moving, and know that the bigger picture is us all coming together so that we can all be great and we can move to the next level and nobody is left behind, so to speak. Okay, because in this next move of God, what's going to happen is um, we're going to see a lot of changes. We're going to see a lot of progression for those who can have an ear, and you're going to see a lot of destruction for those who are not paying attention. And so, um, the last video I was speaking about Botham Shimjon, but this one I want to speak about the solution to the black people's problems. Um, Everybody, on YouTube, and just in general in conversation, it seems like everybody has an answer to how to fix the black community, and I really believe that there's several answers. There's several solutions that we can do collectively to get us back to a place of greatness. However, my belief is that the first thing that we have to do before we talk about our economical status, and getting financially prepared, um, before we talk about, the foundation of family, which I think is equally important, and education and agriculture and politics and um, community, before we start getting into all of those things, I think the first thing that we have to remember is that we are a God people. Um, First, let's, I want to present this to you in a way that you'll understand, with because I'm kind of jumping in the middle of the story. And what I mean by that is that first you have to know who you are. When you know who you are and you understand whose you are, then you can begin to function in that way, and things will start to make sense to you. But if you understand first that you brown melanated person are that of a chosen people, a chosen lineage, and that through the through the transatlantic slave trade, I'm laughing because I always seem to mess that whole phrase up, but through the transatlantic slave trade, your identity was stripped from you, and who you are has been uh, literally hidden from you. Once you When you get that understanding and you agree to that, then you're like, okay, we can start a foundation. So I'm going to go there first. Okay, so once you understand that through the slave trade, our identity has been stripped from us, you have to go back to the beginning, to before the slave trade. Like, who were we and what were we doing? Okay, like we weren't just walking around with titties hanging out and face a paint on our face without any type of civilization. That's not who we were. I know that's what the white man kind of makes us believe, but we were kings and queens, and had um, we had royalty, not just royalty, but we had a standard of us that surpassed even the civilizations of today. We had it together, but something caused us to veer off the path, and so I want to bring it back to the Bible, okay? I know a lot of us that have come into the truth have read Deuteronomy 28, but I want you to read Deuteronomy 29. And I'm gonna give you like a little short story real quick about myself to kind of help, to bring this into full circle for you. So when I was 22 years old, I felt like my life was like going in the right direction. I had everything that you say that you want to have. I had just bought a house, I had a brand new car, I had my baby, and was about to be married, and I was working at a decent job. Uh, I was in school, and I even had a part time at a nonprofit organization. So in my eyes, I was doing my thing. And so one Sunday, I think like the Sunday after I had just bought the house and the car, I got those like around the same time. Um, I went to church, and um, I was at the altar, and I was, crying out to the Lord, and I was like, God, I really need you to come into my life. I really need you to pour your spirit into me, because I want to be filled, I want to be whole, and I want to live, according to your standards. And I was saying that, and I was crying out, but if I could be very honest with you real quick, um, I was kind of like, well, I want all these things and I want to say yes, but I really want to wait because I'm only 22. And God, if you could just let me go ahead and live out my 20s, and when I turn 30, I'm going to go ahead and give my life to you. I'm going to live right. I'm going to be good. I promise. And that was, the short story of what happened. And so at 25, I was still, going and feeling myself and living my best life. And I never been a clubber, but I'm like, if I wanted to club, then I didn't want to be feeling guilty. If I did something that was not good according to church, then I didn't want to be feeling guilty. So that's why I was like, if you could just wait until I'm like 20, until I'm 30, then I'll I'm gonna be good. That's that was the prayer. And so like I said, 25, things were solidified. But then I got into a place at around 25 where I felt like, well, my checklist is checked off, so now what? And so it was during that time the process started, and I didn't really understand what was going on. But when I turned 30, my life changed. Like, and I didn't even understand why or what was going on. And to be honest with you, I said that prayer when I was 22, and I totally forgot about it. I forgot that I had that moment with God. I forgot that that's where, that I made an oath and I made a promise to God that I was going to give him my life when I turned 30. And so between 25 and 30, God really started to do little things to, kind of change my direction. Okay? And when I turned 30, it all came to a head, and like the Most High stripped me of everything, stripped me of all the things that I knew to be comfortable to me, um, that helped me to live my best version of myself. And he began to strip me and to deal with me, and I didn't know what the hell was going on. I was like, whoa, like this is like, what is going on? Why are these things happening? And it was not until a couple months ago, maybe like this summer sometime, where God brought back to my remembrance. Remember, you made an oath. Remember, you made a promise to me. Remember, you said that if I let you see your 20s out, and I don't really, you know, bother you for real, that you was going to give your life to me. And so now that time has come, baby girl. And I'm just like, wow, okay. You right, I did say that. And then the Most High took me to Deuteronomy 29. And I'm going to paraphrase that because I'm not a pastor or preacher. I'm just a girl that's on a journey that got a little revelation from the Most High, and I'm just sharing my perspective of where we are in the black community. So, like I said, God reminded me that I made a promise with him. And so when he took me back to Deuteronomy 29, and I read that with the understanding of who we are as a melanated nation, and that we are the children of Israel, and that we are the chosen people. We are the apple of his eye. And, he made a covenant with us, and no other nation, and that that's not to say that other nations can't be saved by his grace, but that just means that he came for us, and he is for us, and he came. Jesus came through our lineage. Yeshua came through the lineage of, you know, the brown and melanated people, the children of Israel, through the tribe of Judah, and that you black person, especially you black person in North America and through the African diaspora, you are the children of Israel, and African Americans, I believe that we are of the tribe of Judah, and that is through the lineage in which Yeshua came through. And so when I read Deuteronomy 29 and, you know, saw that our ancestors made a covenant with the Most High, and when I was reading through that, and he said, not just with you that's standing here, but even those of you who are not here yet. And so, because our ancestors made a covenant with the Most High, and the earth was there to testify, and, you know, everything that was said at Mount Sinai was like, okay, do you agree to this? And they said yes. It's like, no matter what happened, you know, throughout time, the oath still stands. And we have to remember as a people that all of these curses will pursue us, just like the word said, if we do not worship the Most High in the way that He has ordained and called us to when we made that covenant. And so, just like He reminded me that I made a promise to Him, it was like, yo, now I need you to go and remind your people that your people, meaning like the black people, because I call y'all my family. That's what I mean. I am not meaning that I'm any great, like I don't have no flock or following. I'm just saying that God told me to tell y'all, His people, y'all my people, that we made a covenant with Him, and that in order for us to get back on the right side of things, we have to come back into that covenant. And how we come back into that covenant is keeping His laws and statutes and commandments. And until we do that and acknowledge that the God of the Bible is real and true, and, you know, He has made covenant with us. That's why so many black people fill in these churches and these mosques up, because we are a God's people. But we have to get back to that which was before we kind of veered off path. So that's what repenting is. Not just speaking and apologizing with your tongue, but to repent and to turn back with your actions before you got off of the path. So keeping God's laws, statutes, and commandments is how we're going to get back to greatness. That's how we're going to heal financially. That's how we're going to heal our families. That's how we're going to, you know, get the education that we need, get the resources that we need, get the strength that we need to be who the Most High has called us to be. It's getting back to these laws. And again, if you disagree with this, that's absolutely fine. I'm not here to convince those of you who don't believe in the Bible what the Most High is saying. Who all of those who have an ear, let them hear. And if you don't, then like I said, I will pray that the Most High will guide you in the truth that you find and bring you back to, you know, an understanding, so that when the time comes and it's time for the Most High to move, that you're not in His way. Because whether you like it or not, whether you agree or disagree, what's about to happen in this particular place that we call the land of the free, home of the brave, this is not going to be standing for too much longer. And all of those who have an ear to hear the word of God and to hear His voice and what He's telling us in this hour, we have to move out of His way. And how we move out of His way is when He set us apart and set us aside. And how He sets us apart is by giving us the law, statutes, and commandments that He made when He has given us the covenant. He's given that only to us. And like I said, it's not that other people can't partake in it, but He gave it to us first. Just think about, as a parent, you are, you know, if you go, I do this all the time with our son. He goes to the mall, and I go to the mall. to go pick him up, and then he has three of his friends there. Now I only came to pick him up. That's my purpose. I'm leaving my house out of my comfort to go get him, but he got his friends there, so I'm not going to, as a parent, I'm not going to leave those other kids there waiting for a ride, especially if it's dark at night. You going to come with me, but you only could come if you better be respectful. You better follow the rules of my car. If you got some other stuff going on, you can't go. But if you're going to follow my rules and you're going to obey with what I'm saying and go with the flow, then by all means you could come in. But if you're not, then you can't. And that's what time we in right now. If you are willing to obey what the Most High has said, then you can absolutely come in and join some of this too. But if you're not, then deuces. Okay? So I just wanted to remind us that before we can, try to solve all of our issues and have all these, ideas of what's going to make us great again, the first thing we have to acknowledge is that we have to get in alignment with what the Most High is saying in this hour, because the time is coming and we are living in such a biblical prophetic time that only a blind man, Ray Charles could see this. Basically, Ray Charles could see that what time it is, and so I admonish you, and in the best way, okay, and not in a judgmental way, but I admonish you that if the Spirit of the Lord is pulling and tugging on you, and you hear His voice speaking to you, then get in alignment with what is going on and what He is saying in this hour, so that you are not in His way when the time comes for the changing of the guard, when our time is up in this captivity and we move over to the next place, to where the promised land that the Most High has given us. So I'm not going to stay before you long. I just wanted to give you that. And if you like, if you agree with what I'm saying and you feeling what I'm saying, if we are of the same tribe, we the same people, we talk in the same language, then please like, share, and subscribe to this video. And I pray I'm going to have more to come. And we'll see me next week. Shalom.